get the show underway.
Yes,
it must be 4:06. 4:04? Oh, no. Shut her down.
It's 4:04? Yeah. See you guys in 2 minutes.
I've got nothing.
Should we do a mic check?
Check. Test. Check.
Check.
Check 1 2 1 2. Can you take the top off this one a little bit?
Check. Yeah.
Nah, we just like
yeah.
fucking with the people that are watching from home. What's happening, Rose?
Hello.
Alrighty then.
Sitting on the microphone.
Very close. All right.
How are you? Hi.
3, 2. Are we live? We're live? Hey, welcome
live.
to the
Yeah,
show.
It's 4:06. Come on.
It's Wednesday. Welcome to From Under the Seed Desk. I'm your host, Marijuana Man, or as I like to call myself, Man.
Hey,
Man.
Hey, man.
He always calls himself by his last name.
Hey, man.
When I refer to myself in the third person. Right? And, yeah, it's must be 4:06 on Wednesday. And as always, we're doing our show. Today I'm joined on the couch by Al the Alchemist.
What's going on?
Or as I like to call him, Almighty.
You know what's funny? When I was born, I had hair. Well, it was actually fur. All the way from my eyebrows. And there was like a little Eddie Munster part in the middle. And it went all the way down the back of my neck, all the way down my back, down my ass, my legs. I was literally covered in fur. And for the first 4 or 5 days of my life, I literally was Al Monkey.
Look like Davy Crockett.
What,
Came
did
out.
it all fall off?
Yeah,
Or
I was a little ape child.
just fell off?
Fur hat.
And also joining us
So there you go.
in between all this fur
I'm a beast.
is Rose. We're thrilled she could be here.
Hi.
Kush Queen couldn't join us today. Her people got caught in traffic.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So she was unable to be escorted out of the castle and across the moat and down into the city.
Oh.
So we're going to wing
Everybody.
it. We're winging it here with Fuck Harper, and not in the good way.
Nope.
Who
Not in a
could?
good way.
No
that
one
doesn't
could.
mean. See, I was thinking about this when I put this shirt on. I thought, somebody's gonna tell you, like, you want to, like, if you say it enough times, it starts to sound weird. But
Harper,
Maybe that would
Harper,
save the
Harper.
country.
it might be.
He looks like he needs
not
to
in a
get
good-
laid.
Ooh.
Candies thrown in front of us.
What kind of candies are those?
Friend.
Oh, what flavors?
Nice. We are blessed here.
And I
See
don't
you,
mean
Franny.
it that in a good way. It's like, fuck Harper, fuck off, goodbye. 7 weeks and counting, 6 weeks and a couple of days or something like that. Yeah.
The countdown
Like,
is on.
whoop. So,
So-
no, it doesn't mean I like him.
Also joining us today is Stephen Harper here on camera left.
So that's why, it's like, fuck off.
It's
Yeah.
just me.
Jeremiah's here as usual. And some of you have noticed, too, that Rose is not on that couch today.
No.
She's on this couch. So try not to get confused as to which camera we're on.
It's all about
Yeah.
you.
Suspend your disbelief, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
What's
I'm
happening?
thrilled to be here, as always, and we're glad that anyone could join us today. I've slipped away from the seed desk, which is always located in the back at Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters. So come on down to Vancouver and join us anytime. Marc's always in the house. Not always, but quite often, about virtually every day. So that's a lot of fun. Come down and get a picture with him and have a bong hit and whatever else might happen. And do check us out online at smashthejar.com. No, everything survived. The Mason people, they test these jars. They fill them up with weed and they test them constantly at the factory.
Yeah.
So yeah, check us out online, Vancouver Seed Bank.ca. No .com. No .ca.
So, can we put the bud cam?
.ca, yes, we will. Now, good to see all the usual suspects in the chat. I noticed that you're all catching up with each other, what you were having for lunch, and maybe somebody cleaned the basement.
So what did everybody have for
know.
lunch?
Yeah, one guy got a sandwich delivered from
That's
Jimmy
something-
John's.
That's something we haven't done. We haven't covered
Yum.
yet.
Wish
Is
we had
who's-
Jimmy
who's-
John's here. I don't
Who's
think we
eating
do.
what for lunch?
I don't even know what that is. What's Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's is great hot Subway sandwiches. American style, so they're giant. But who's there? Doob? Pot TV's in the house? 6 cents? Booth's here. Resin Girl's on board. Sky Pilot.
Green Supreme.
Jam.
I
No.
read that.
We're not alone in the room either.
Fuck you too.
Hey?
Yeah.
Doob had a liquid lunch.
Fucking trolls.
Now, joining us here in the studio today, we have some special guests that
Superheroes.
we would like
Wow.
to call superheroes.
Should I turn the bud cam?
Yes.
Jer?
Can we get the bud cam on
Can I
that?
turn that? There's a Starbucks. Can you move that? Can somebody move that? Thank you.
That's the bud
Okay. Now, if I point this like kind of that way, is that? Oh fuck! This thing is fucking fucked, right? Okay.
That was a bit of a hassle.
I can't do this.
There you go.
Okay, can you get that?
I don't know. They might be in a silhouette.
Is that? Are they in?
Yeah, there's a bit of light behind it, but it looks good.
Well,
We can see you, too.
These are the Cannabis Crusaders are here. That would be... what are your names?
I'm Dory.
No, I mean your Cannabis Crusader names.
Just give away your secret identity.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez.
Her boyfriend Tim is a dead man now that you know. Hey, yeah, Tim, you're gonna get taken hostage by the evil villain now to
Yep.
get Dory.
Super Dory.
So
Super Dory. There we go.
yeah,
I'll be CG. Cannabis Crusader.
Well, it looks amazing. Like wow.
your costumes are thrilling.
Yeah.
Well, we've been working on these for over a month now.
I bet.
This is what it's all about.
Easter
Can-
Seals Drop Zone.
Can
Easter-
people see that? Yeah.
Easter Seals Drop Zone. So
Yeah, we did rappelling over the top of the AXA building at 999 West Hastings. And that happens every year. It's a charity event for Easter Seals camp kids.
you drop seals off of
I was going to say,
giant
did they really
buildings.
drop the seals from that high?
Oh my God, that's fun.
It was great.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
They must.
So it's a charity event, and we had to raise
guess it would
a
have to
minimum
be.
of $1,000 so that we were able to take part. And our team together raised over $3,000.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Well,
so
good
that's
for you.
helping some kids with disabilities go to camp and have a better summer.
So, representing the cannabis community and colorfully so. I gotta say, nice costumes.
It was great. We got to choose a couple songs to play as we went down. So we chose redemption songs and
Nice.
stand up.
Get up, stand up.
And we got to carry a cannabis flag between the two of us.
The Cannabis Canada flag was
Nice.
stretched out between the two of us
Oh, good for you.
for the entire descent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's flying in the
It's
wind.
really wicked up there.
We need to see the photos.
We'll send some pictures along.
Well, that's really
Fantastic.
cool.
Great day. So people have been doing this since 8 o'clock this morning, and they'll be doing it until like I think 5 o'clock tonight. And so all kinds of money raised for the kids at camp, and it's a great event. And you can do it next year too.
Wow.
If you want to. Greg, you want to come with us?
No.
No?
No.
Sure?
Drop a seal or
Carol
two.
said that at first too, but here she is a couple of years later, and
Well,
there
that's
we were rappelling together. How about you,
it's
Al?
not helping.
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah,
No.
that would be cool.
No.
Yeah.
Sublimate
That's,
down the side of the building.
That's repellent.
Well, your sublimate. Well, I don't know that they'd let you sublimate, but you could certainly have a sublimator poster coming down the side, or a nice big banner or something like that. And then you go across the park and
But they have the master control. Like if you piss them off or something, they're just
they're gonna
down.
yeah, they're gonna let you down.
4 seconds.
That's fun too.
I've worked years on developing vertigo. I'm not fucking.
Well, that's the
I don't
fun part of
overcome
this,
that.
Greg. That's what my friend has, and she was able to do it too. And even if you were in a wheelchair, you would be able to take part in this event because it's people with disabilities. You just only have to be 19 and brave enough to climb over the top of the building on a harness.
There you
And
go.
We have a great big rope that lets you down, and you know.
Well, I'm gonna say that you're braver than me. Because
Well, that's why
not
they
a
gave
chance.
me the cape.
I got vertigo in the West Edmonton Mall. They had a sale that summer. No, they had it was the weirdest thing. I never had vertigo in my whole life. And then they had a water slide there. It was like up 3 stories, maybe, 5 stories? I don't know what it was. Went up, went down,
it's
went
tall.
up again. And
Yeah.
then this second time I was up there, that's when I got vertigo. Started going, holy fuck. And I'm going, this is crazy. I was going, 2 little girls in front of me. I'm going, what the fuck? There's just no way this can be happening, right? And I eventually did jump and go down. But, man, ever since then, even if there's anybody standing on a ledge on TV even, you go, holy fuck. I want to jump.
Interesting.
No, I didn't want to jump ever, but I don't know. Well, yeah, kind of thing. Is
How long was the descent?
I think about 14 minutes.
14 minutes. Cool.
I have a GoPro video of the whole way coming down.
oh, cool.
We have a video from the bottom watching us.
Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
Yeah, look for all the GoPro footage of that. Way to
Perhaps
represent
coming
the
soon to Pot
cannabis
TV.
community. Hopefully the
Flying that flag, that felt really good.
yeah.
First, when we first showed them and I asked them if we could do this, they thought it was just a Canada flag, right? So they didn't really know a little.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe there'll be some. Maybe you'll hit the news.
One of
Nice.
my highlights was one of my leaves came off just as I went over the top of the building. And we watched it flutter down. And a couple of minutes later, we got down about 4 floors, and Carol says, "There's your leaf." And we looked at the window, and there was a cobweb that had caught the leaf, and the leaf was just fluttering
Fluttering in the cobweb.
outside of somebody's office window.
That's
and so
pretty funny.
there's a leaf just hanging on the side of the building right now with a pretty little rhinestone in it, saying hello to everybody.
Well,
So
that's
that was fun. Carol lost
fantastic.
a couple of feathers as we came down. It was poetic. It was beautiful.
Well, if I can't imagine you can get involved now. You can come down and watch. That's going on until a little later today. But next year, if you got less vertigo than me,
Yep.
come on down and represent. You guys will do it again, probably. See, I can't do it too this time because on the weekend I had a hipster replacement.
Oh god.
A hipster replacement.
So that's why I'm not wearing my hat today. I crack myself up. So we're coming up to 420 here in the
Yeah,
world.
I'm gonna have one of those.
It's been a long time since I've asked any questions of the chat for us to ignore.
Oh yes.
They feel probably quite left out that we haven't been ignoring them as much as we used to. Right?
I pay no attention.
Yeah.
I didn't ignore them. I told them to fuck off.
So,
earlier.
That's not ignoring them.
So
never
what
mind. We don't.
What are they whining about?
We don't care.
I have a jackhammer.
So, yeah, maybe let us know what you're smoking out there today. I've got some 420, if you will, time.
It's 420.
420 here
Happy
in
420.
Vancouver. Do you know where your lighter is? There's Jody.
Hi, Jody.
How are you, Jody? Excellent. Jody's on the other side of the camera.
Okay, come over here.
So, stuff
Hi.
that happened. Stuff
Stuff-
happened this week.
What happened this week?
Things.
Oh my
Lots of
goodness.
things.
Well, I love it when things happen, so
Well,
let's hear about it.
entertainment news, a little bit of entertainment. Spooky, though.
Why?
Now, I told you about this yesterday, but
All right.
the other night, Rose and I were watching Wheel of Fortune, as it turned out.
Not you.
Never watch it, but usually the word that was up there to guess, part of the phrase, was high. And I knew it right away. As soon as I saw it, I went, that's the word high. And had a laugh about it and said, oh, I can recognize the word high from miles away. But then I said to Rose, I said, you watch on Jeopardy, coming up after this show, something will happen that is related to our lives. Right?
Yeah.
So sure enough, fucking Jeopardy starts, and Alex shows us the categories. And each category, one after another, was stems, buds, seeds, leaves.
It was like,
It went across the board. No shit. Yeah, it was absolutely
It was hilarious.
unbelievable. And well, it turns out none of it didn't have anything to do with marijuana, of course. In fact, it didn't have anything to do with plants, but still. Maybe I'll find the footage of that and go look for it. It was just a couple of days ago on Jeopardy, but I predicted the future of Jeopardy.
oh.
Dun,
Dun,
It
dun,
would just be
dun.
great to have a soundbite of Alex Trebek naming the parts of the cannabis plant.
And Bud's the cat, too. So, that was going on this week. Anything going on in your world, Jody? What's up? Anything new?
What's up and new in the world? Not really. I'm trying to think. Every day I feel like there's exciting stuff going on, but then it kind of. I mean, there are some things like Tweed. Tweed was in the news, and I tweeted, "Well, it's kind of nice that they're growing plants, but people are still getting arrested and going to jail."
Yeah.
So that still bugs me, and I still. I
Here's
don't know.
here's something about Tweed. On last week's show, we had a pile of Tweed jars there.
Really?
It,
Yes.
it
And
looks
I
it looks
missed it.
very nice.
now
Unsmokable.
I took one of those buds, Ghost Train Haze,
Like
and oh
completely
my fucking
unconsumable.
god, that was the worst marijuana I have ever smoked.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah,
Looks
Like,
good. Smokes awful.
There was something very
Something wrong
wrong
with
with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's something very wrong with it.
Yeah.
I
In the-
threw it away. I wish I hadn't, so I could show you this shit. There was something very wrong with
Do you
it.
think it was what they grew it with, or the
I
lights,
think it had
or
something to do with molds and fucking.
It's what?
I don't know.
there's no good intentions
Yep.
behind those plants? They're not
Yep.
thriving. That's probably true. Yeah, because if you grow with love, it does have a difference. Yeah. You're right.
No,
And that goes
Tweed
for all
is,
living
you know,
things.
yapping out there in the world about, oh, they're starting to turn a profit and shit. Fuck off. On the backs of sick people that have been forced to buy from you, you jerks. And that, in my experience, was the worst bud of marijuana I've ever seen.
They said that so that their stock would go up.
They're just in it. I
And-
don't care. They're going to go their own way. It
Well,
doesn't matter
we
to
have
me.
to try and make sure that our good intentions are somehow getting into some of these companies, because when any corporatization happens of a product like coffee or whatever, you're going to have the straight for profit people, but you're also going to have those who give back, and whether they give back by just sponsoring kids soccer teams or whatever they do, there are some people who try to give back through their businesses. So as long as we get enough good people in these bad businesses, they can do good things within the bad businesses. I think we all know someone who used to work for Halliburton, but in their charity department. So all he got to do is get money to spend on good things, which is kind of a, I don't know if I could live like that, knowing that it was Halliburton money, you know. But what I'm getting at is that these companies are bugging me because of another story out where in the prairies they were criticizing the dispensary and saying that dispensary should have to abide by the same rules LPs do. It's like, wait, how can that little dispensary shop possibly ever? No.
Yeah,
no,
they could sell the worst fucking weed ever grown. Eh?
Yeah.
Pretty easy to compete with tweed weed.
We need the choice. That's the choice. Tweed should have to compete with all the good growers that we know being allowed to provide to others, because
I've never smoked tweed. Smoked burlap once, but not ever tweed, but it tastes really, really bad.
I've smoked industrial hemp. And
not recreational hemp.
No, like literally flowers of industrial hemp, and proceeded to load a second bowl of the industrial hemp in the sublimator in Austria. And I wouldn't even think of consuming any of the stuff that I saw from tweeds.
Oh, I was.
It looked nice, but there was something completely wrong right off the hop with the smell.
Yeah.
It had this.
I wish I hadn't smoked it. You smoked it too, didn't
Well,
you?
somebody bring in some LP weed for us to show off. That would be awesome if there's anyone out there. But I was actually curious about how did that hemp smoke?
It was great.
That's what I was waiting for the answer to that.
Well.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Just saying.
It was just straight out ruderalis.
Just saying. Now, stuff going on in the election out there. Harper is taking a big dive. Predictably, he's going down in flames. Now, the Liberals today took a slight lead over the NDP. But there was the big P scandal. Right.
P-gate.
Yeah, one of the conservative guys running was caught peeing, just peeing in stuff on camera. He shouldn't have.
Somebody's cup.
Yeah.
In another human being's cup.
Seriously.
Do you not know this story? Can we feel? Does Al know the story about P-gate?
Yeah, I'm unaware of P-gate.
This conservative candidate they discovered was in CBC's Marketplace show, where they investigated bad business type people, and he is an appliance repairman, and they had surveillance footage of him coming into a homeowner's place to fix the dishwasher, and while she's in the house, somewhere else, not in front of him, I suppose, but while in the home, he looks down and grabs a mug and he pees in it, and then he pours the pee down the drain of the kitchen sink. Now, nobody knows why he did it, but he apologized, and he's in this video. But it's an old video, and it only just recently resurfaced because someone said, hold on a minute, that Jerry guy looks like that Jerry conservative candidate. And so that's P-gate. And then there's one more thing where this guy who's a conservative candidate,
another one.
No more, he is found to be an actor. And one of his acting things is having a YouTube account where he prank calls people wearing sunglasses. And in one call, he pretends to be mentally disabled. In another call, he's calling the Viagra hotline saying he needs help because it won't go down. And he proceeds to pretend to climax while on the phone with the helping operator just to shock her. And he films it. And I know some people will giggle. And I'm trying not to stop giggling you. This guy's a candidate.
That's clever.
But the point is, they're going and they're finding these people who have a history, lo and behold. But part of me starts to wonder, I don't think I want politicians who can run. If you can't, like, these are bad things. But what kind of people can ever pass the test of never having done something embarrassing, humiliating, degrading, or mean, or, you know, like...
If you're going to get on camera, you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
It's going to resurface, if you will.
I'm just glad that I got a red
the,
light from
the
the
difference
Liberals.
is that this guy actually was intentionally doing it and recorded himself doing it.
No, he was on secret camera. It was
Yeah.
Security
installed to
camera,
catch
yeah.
him. He was like hiding in the house, and it was it's
No.
fine.
I mean the
Oh,
other,
the
the other
prank
guy doing
caller.
the
Yes.
prank caller.
No, he was
thing.
in a disguise of a hoodie and sunglasses, pretending to be this alias of some kind. Uni
But the
caller.
P gate now has had trickle down effect.
It's yeah. I
if
was going to
you
say
will.
there's definitely a trickle
Oh yeah,
effect
Yeah.
involved there.
it's also affecting the NDP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NDP.
Well,
NDP, no.
That's
my
why the
God,
Liberals
right?
have-
so
have
there,
jumped
this is
ahead.
why the Liberals
There's
have
no
moved
P
ahead.
involved.
They have
That's
no
right.
P.
The conservatives were just trying to steal the P vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No backsplash on the Liberals. Right?
Yeah.
All they're
Nothing,
saying is
nothing,
give
no
piss a
backslash.
chance.
I think I said it on the Monday show that I think Harper's trying to convince people that we don't want to switch candidates midstream.
Oh,
Yeah, Harper's flailing out there. He's
Oh,
going down in
man.
flames. To hear his wife, or ex-wife, if you
I
will.
know how to put it out.
well,
They're not
In name
divorced, but
only.
excommunicated, probably.
Oh,
But
she lives
Lorraine
somewhere else.
Harper was in the news, too, having been overheard saying that she didn't think people should go to jail for pot.
for smoking marijuana. She
so
said that.
big
yeah.
kerfuffle around the old shop there. So she'll be dead within weeks.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right?
oh, God.
That's a clever tool.
Won't be hearing from Lorraine anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
a clever tool, but everywhere people will be hearing associated with the Conservative Party and taking out of context that Harper's wife is for the not penalizing cannabis.
She didn't quite say that though.
She didn't say
She
anything.
didn't want to come off as cruel. I think they were being accused of being like, you still want to put people in prison. She's like, well, no, you don't put them in jail, but, and then had a but with more like enforcement. But she didn't. She's like, oh no, I'm not saying put them in jail. I'm just but trying to like not sound.
That's a media tool to sway
Yeah.
more cannabis votes.
Because
their
Harper
way.
knows it counts.
Something.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
breaking news. This morning on the news,
Conservatives for
here's what I learned about breaking news.
legalization.
Well, nothing really. CTV News, there was two stories going on. One was going along the little tracker on the bottom saying that in Winnipeg some guy had broken out of fucking prison and was at large, which they never ever showed me a story about or showed me a picture of this guy or nothing
He's
ever
at
in the whole.
large.
Oh yeah. They hadn't found the guy yet.
Yeah.
The story they chose to tell me and show me was a double-decker bus in England having had its top cut off because of a low bridge. Right? And that was breaking news. It went across, breaking news, this double-decker bus had to... I'm going, holy shit. Right? Yeah.
It's a single decker.
And
now.
had a phone-in guy from England to tell us the details
Anybody
of the...
hurt?
Yeah, somebody got their face smashed. But there was a guy at large in my own country that I didn't even get a picture of or even his name. Nothing.
Great.
And I thought, well, what constitutes, how do they choose what is breaking news? And then I started thinking, well, something has to break, right?
The bus
I thought,
broke.
well, the bus broke,
The
right?
guy's
The
face.
top of the bus broke, right? A guy's face
Right.
broke.
Yeah.
But he did break out of prison, right? It seems to qualify
lot of
as
things
breaking
breaking.
news to me. Breaking out news, we could call it.
Breaking up.
Yeah, like sad. They think that I'm not fucking paying attention, and I'll tell you,
They don't think
I
anyone's
wish
paying
I
attention.
wasn't.
No kidding. It's painful.
I wish
It's painful to pay
wasn't.
attention.
It
Ignorance is bliss.
absolutely is. Ignorance is bliss. Hi, Sam. Not in any order of blissful ignorance. It's going well. Nice to see you. Speak. So, well, what? Stephen Colbert debuted his another show, late night talk
Letterman's
show
old show.
last night.
His new political vehicle.
Didn't watch
Yeah.
it, not gonna. Boycotted him.
I didn't like it.
I boycotted him years
I
ago.
did fall asleep during
Him and Stewart are they're just puppets for elections.
But the thing that bugged me about it all, I don't know, we've probably covered this before on the show, but Stephen Colbert, to me, came to prominence by pretending to be one of them so we could laugh at them. And he was very good at it. And then he got his own show, and then he chose to laugh at everyone, do that to everyone, not the guys that I didn't like so I could laugh at them. He did it at my guys too, like Ethan Nadelman. He was just so fucking stupid and childish with him about whatever. So that's when I boycotted him. But last night he had Jeb Bush was his first guest.
Of course.
Jeb Bush. What the fuck is that?
Why?
That's not a guy who's on.
What the fuck?
Eh?
Like,
He's not a guy who's on our side.
No.
He's on
Definitely
their
not.
side.
The guy, Jeb Bush, is like a murderous criminal, crazy drug
cocaine
dealer.
He's
dealing
the last
fuck.
of the
He's
the
a
ones
Bush.
to become president.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that's going to seal all of
He's
the
the
deals.
worst.
He's the guy that's going to finalize all of those deals. Obama's a fucking distraction. It's the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
They do this. They put a circus act. They do serious stuff, and then they put a circus act.
Yep.
And people forget all about it, right? And circus, and then boom, the serious player comes in, hits a bunch of shit, boom, gone. They forget all about it. Circus.
Yeah.
And that's the way the United States advances in politics.
Yeah.
And in global control.
It's not like Obama isn't part of the same posse anyways. He started as a clerk in Kissinger's office.
Oh, no,
Yes.
it's all a wicked game.
Clerk in Kissinger's
yeah.
office.
Wow, I did not know.
Yeah,
Wicked
that's
game.
a long time ago, but
That was a long time ago.
they,
but-
can't,
and
they seem to
Obama's
think the public has a very short
some good
memory,
stuff.
you know, and some
Well,
people
they
remember
make
stuff.
It so.
right?
Well, you and I do because we smoke weed,
yeah.
which is good for your memory, as far as I
Right.
can recall.
Leaders, your shirt. It says "fuck Harper" on it, right? Is that?
No.
I think we have that on our store.
We do. We have it
It's on
available. in the store.
you can buy this very shirt.
You can buy this
not
shirt.
this shirt because it's
well,
mine.
Well,
They look
It's
a little
ripped
different.
off from me
in the
this
store right now.
morning.
no, you.
Borrowed.
Well, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. People are asking, is it a cry of pity? Like, please, someone help the man. Or is it something I want? No. It's like, you know, like,
Yeah.
indeed, like, you know, I'm going to write off on here, I think, you know, somehow.
So, speaking of circuses, 2 words. Sarah Palin.
Eh. Oh.
Huh? Isn't she? Sarah Palin's like opening a can of peanut brittle with one of those coiled up snakes in it.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to be frightened, but it's
like,
still
what's
going to be kind
that?
of fun.
Anyway, she's come up with a new continent. Did you know that? It's
She
hilarious.
is crazy, illiterate,
Yes.
and she was governor of Alaska
Well, they
for
sent her
several
there.
years. Oh my God, how
They
the
sent her
fuck do these
far
people
north as
even
they
get
could.
downtown to do stuff? Now she, of course, when they opened the can of worms or coiled up snakes,
Hey.
she was on Fox News and they said, yeah, somehow they said, so what do you think about immigrants, Sarah? She said, you know, I love immigrants, but I just think we have too darn many in this country. Mexican Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans. Hey?
Those Native American immigrants.
You know?
They're changing up the cultural
Get
mix.
back to your own country.
Eh? They're changing up the cultural mix in the United States away from what it used to be in the days of our founding fathers.
She did not really say that.
She did.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, wait.
Some one of those
hang
joke
on.
sites or
Wait,
something.
it
That
gets
displays
better.
a whole different level of
There's more.
If fighting gets better,
It's
like,
just like
listen,
Here's what-
listen up.
Here's what else she
that?
said. I think we should go to some of these groups and just ask politely, would you mind going home? And would you mind giving us our country back?
No, she didn't.
She did, yes. So the interviewer,
Holy fuck.
who's just as fucking evil
This is
and,
bad. This is
and
bad, too.
stupid,
Both of
said,
you.
you know, Sarah, I love you, but... and I think it's a great idea with regards to the Mexicans. This is on Fox News.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
But but they said, where are the Native Americans supposed to go? They don't really have a place to go back to. And Sarah said, well, I think they should go back to Nativia or wherever they came from.
No, this cannot.
Yeah, join me on the new continent of Nativia. Hey, who's with me?
Wow, if that's real, that's remarkable.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly out there everywhere.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Right.
I'm blown away right
Who
now.
keeps giving her? Who keeps
She
giving
should run for
her
president.
An audience.
Again.
She
What the
ran
fuck
as
were her
vice president. She
handlers
was.
doing at the time? It's like,
Oh, they have no handlers.
Just running around?
She
With McCain.
with John McCain. Yeah,
Yes.
she got to run for vice president. She has sold 2 million books. She's fucking illiterate. There's not a chance she wrote a word in one of those books.
that
Not
is
one, but she got
I'm blown
rich
away
from
right
it.
now.
It's crazy.
The world should say, shut up. Don't ever hear from her again. She
I'm really
shouldn't
blown away.
get a fucking moment. Fox, fuck off, idiots. You people are just as bad. Oh, I agree with you in regards to the Mexicans.
Yeah, like
Right?
this,
She went
this
on. Well, I
reporter
don't-
baiting her and knowing she's going to say something stupid like that, and then agreeing with half of it. Like, what the fuck? Who's making this standard here? Who did they work for real? You know,
Oh, it's just wicked bullshit. And Al's right. It's all, you know.
orchestrated.
Sarah,
Distraction.
go say something stupid.
Distraction while they write
Sarah, go
pass
read
through
this.
some slimy bill through their fucking corrupt Senate or whatever. And up
It
here,
could be
the
like a
same
little
thing up here.
MK Ultra Venus pen that they're aiming at her too,
Yee.
and just making her say this shit.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Somebody wrote in a
This is
response out there that I read said she was a washed up rodeo clown.
Wow, that's a great fucking
Bingo.
great reference.
Yeah.
But the media's got to stop. They've
She is
got
a
to
washed-up
stop
rodeo
giving
Quit
these
giving her a
racist
platform.
fucks a voice. This is racism bullshit. It's like standing out there with a white hood on and a burning cross.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of the Mexicans, the Asian, and the fucking Native Americans. Fuck off. They should not be able to say that out loud. I don't care.
Ask them politely to leave.
Yeah, you're a racist. Shut up. You shouldn't get to be on.
That's fucked.
And so was the interviewer.
You and
I really
Harper.
I really find it extremely
You know,
humorous
both of
that
you.
she would go out in public and say that though.
Unreal.
And Trump has set the bar high, right?
Oh God,
So
dragged everything to a brand
Yeah.
new low.
He's like, really,
Hello.
these people, if they're not, like the world, I don't know. I would rather, I think I'd rather have a world that's orchestrated and planned rather than one that's haphazard and going like this.
Well.
I don't know. Eh?
Anyway,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like you're
Really, if
saying,
it's fucking
quit
random and it's
quit
happening
making
like
stupid
this.
Guys are
people
flying by the
famous.
seat of their
Quit giving
pants.
them a platform.
Well,
Like,
yes.
Honestly,
No, it's terrible. And breaking news. Right?
Breaking.
Holy fuck.
broken shit.
I don't know. So thank God the kids are all back to school.
Yeah.
They had 3 stories on the news the other morning on the first day back to school on what parents need to know about kids going back to school. One was back to school blues. They had a psychologist come in and coach you on how to deal with your kids with the blues of going back to school. Are you fucking kidding me? The boots, the back to school boots it would be if you complained. My parents would laugh at me going, like, really? Yeah, you have no choice to go back to school. Shut up. What else was there? There was germs. All the germs are going to get from the other kids now. Because you've been spraying them with Febreze, which, when I looked that up...
endocrine disruptors.
Oh,
Look out for that shit.
frightening shit. this Febreze. Oh my God! I'm
Full
glad that I
of-
banned that from my life too. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff.
They're all
I
endocrine
banned that
disruptors.
from my life a long time ago.
Yeah, don't use that stuff.
But
And if you do, make sure you do lots of other things that'll boost your system.
it's a wicked world.
Like chaga mushroom and manuka honey. Take some home today.
Now,
It's like
in
that's
Colorado,
interesting looking.
they are just awash in the amount of tax they're receiving from their marijuana sales. They don't know what to do with all the money.
The fuck is just piling up.
Piling
They
up,
better,
piling
like,
up,
that's
piling up.
crazy.
It's filling up the closets. They can't put it in the bank.
they
The bank
keeping
won't
it
let them
all?
take it. Johnny Depp's coming in and pretending to be in blow, and they're filling up houses in the suburbs with cash. They don't know what to do. So they came up with the idea, well, let's not charge any tax
Oh,
on
well.
one day. One day, they're
One
not going
day,
to charge
come
tax.
on.
September 16th, book your tickets now to get to Colorado. Get your tax-free weed. They'll be, So, September 16th, it will shave $20 off the price of a mid-grade ounce of pot in the Denver area. What the fuck is mid-grade weed?
Mid-grade.
Denver mid-grade's actually pretty good pot.
Oh, yeah, lots. $200. Sell for about $200 before tax. But what struck me is, what is mid-grade weed? There's no such thing. There's good weed, there's bad weed. There's nothing in between.
Well,
You go,
I don't know.
this is mid-grade. What, really? And that's what I want to buy? Oh, give me
They should-
have you got any mid-grade with you?
Request a sample.
Like, really?
Go for it.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
I should
Mid-grade.
write to them, eh?
Yeah. So can you provide a sample or
Okay, this is the way I look at it.
what's mid-grade?
Good weed is the weed that you go, holy fuck. Holy
Yeah,
fuck,
like,
I want some
woo.
of that.
Like that stuff.
Bad weed is the shit that you go, oh my god, I would not even feed this to my dog. And mid-grade weed is the one that's like, yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's all I
Okay,
had.
so I gave that tweed
Yeah.
weed the ultimate test, right? I woke up, like you have that window where you wake up and you're straight, right? And I used one of those joints, right? That, was provided, and it was like it was a rough ride, and I felt like I was getting a headache, so I stopped.
I did it in the
and,
subway.
and I didn't really even know till later what it was when Greg told me, so I kind of flew into that blind, right?
Wow, it was brutal. Terrible
And I didn't
weed.
like it.
But still, in a
And I
legal
just went back
marijuana
to
scenario, there
normal.
should only be great weed. Should only be great weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not mid-grade. That means there's a low grade out there. Like, really?
Well, I don't know.
The problem is,
What causes it to be mid-grade? Or, like, do they
Well,
mean you
there's
can
not
just use
enough
it for
weed.
making goodies or your own
it's
whatever?
poorly grown weed is what it is.
Okay.
Picked early or whatever they fucked up or whatever, right? It's,
Yeah, it's
Screw
just
ups.
not,
it's not
not
mid-grade. There's no such thing
yeah.
as mid-grade marijuana.
Yeah, I've never
right?
really.
So the problem, well, the root of the problem would be that there isn't enough
Like-
marijuana.
Like, come
yet.
on, aren't people confused enough already? Like, why are we introducing these
That's what I
non-existent terms and means into the equation, right? Because now everybody's going, what does that mean, right? So mid-grade.
Now, marijuana grow houses are becoming a concern for some Colorado Springs residents, apparently. And it's really brutal. Maybe Sarah Palin lives in Colorado Springs. The residents are police suspect many Cubans are
Cuban.
growing medical marijuana in Colorado Springs to provide to a Florida drug cartel.
Oh boy. They're not just targeting Mexicans, it's the Cubans now.
Oh, you want to grab that, rescue that?
There we go.
Uh-oh, there it goes. Okay.
Cubans, that's the big thing now.
See, it's totally like the 80s with the cocaine thing.
Yeah, like
They're targeting Mexicans and Cubans,
Remember when
just like the 70s and 80s with the
legalization.
cocaine industry.
Let the games begin. Shit. It was like, holy crap.
No, I don't.
Oh, you want more?
Well, this guy,
This guy. Hey,
He
this
lives-
guy, oh,
Back to this guy.
smokes. Back to this guy.
he lives on Ginger Cove
Who's this?
Place.
Who is this?
Hey, the guy from Ginger Cove.
What's his name?
From Ginger Cove.
Ginger
yeah,
Cove.
Yeah, the guy.
The guy, Paul.
guy.
Paul Sealing.
You know
Polly.
Polly.
Polly. Yeah, you know Polly from.
Fuck yeah.
Ginger Cove.
Okay, so why are they dragging him into it?
Because it's a cul-de-sac. Polly lives on a cul-de-sac. Now, this cul-de-sac has about a dozen homes.
You can put a lot of weed in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
They're made by Ziploc.
Oh man.
Residents are concerned because excessive power use at a grow house blew a transformer. They
Blew a transformer.
blew something on a cul-de-sac.
Well, I don't know.
A blowout on the cul-de-sac.
I'm not.
Like I said, you could fit a lot of weed in a cul-de-sac.
Ginger, cutting power to 8 families.
Holy shit.
None of them were Cuban either. Wasn't the Cubans that were in the dark. No. The house contained 100 plants. They busted it. Fire to pay.
Were any of those plants Cuban?
I
Well,
don't think so. I think they were here illegally.
well, Paulie said they are finding
me.
other Cuban houses on a daily basis.
Oh boy.
The whole house is Cuban
Oh
now.
man, all this like hate rousing that's going on. It's got me concerned,
it?
you know. Really.
Yep.
Like seriously.
Wouldn't a Cuban house be a casa?
Like, what are we in back to the back of the bus shit or what?
fucking
like,
50s.
Really? What the fuck's going on here? Right? Like,
Well, yeah, like
I saw a flag that said, it says even white people are sick of your white people shit. I just loved it because like this
That's
person,
fucking
this
awesome.
person was like, please, we don't like all think like that, and I'm like, yeah, I guess so, eh? And but
Well,
like,
they
there's
are
plenty of people that are tired of all this racist crap too, and we're just all tired
It's
of
pretty
it.
fucking out of hand.
It's out of control. When these people get an audience on mainstream media, on every fucking channel that everybody gets around the world, it's bullshit. Bullshit.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
And the nonsense that they spread
rousing
across the
hatred.
internet with all this crap, wanting you to jump onto their stupid little fucking thing off to the
Like,
side.
hello,
and-
and they wonder why the police are murdering and killing everybody, right? Like, my goodness. They're related. It's related. It's all fucking related.
Oh yeah, they're definitely setting a tone right now.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, it's called
By
steering-
having
there's a term for it.
mainstream
It's called
public figures come out and say things in mainstream media that they censor to fucking like they censor everything. You can't say anything on mainstream media that's not accepted. It's not like it's a live feed. None of that's a live feed. They go through a huge delay so that they can do live editing if they need to, and in most cases, yeah, it's like they're told what to say. So
Yeah, you should have heard
I
what
really-
Sarah Palin said before the edit.
yeah, I really wonder who's in control of setting the tone and what
who's paying her and
what tone
who's
they're
paying
really
Donald Trump
what
and
tone
who's
they're really
paying all
going to be
these
setting in
people.
the future here.
Well, it's
It's
the people
fucked
that
up.
want people like Hillary Clinton looking like they're sane and make sense, like next
Okay,
door
well,
to these clowns.
here's an interesting coincidence. Last week, the MTV Video Awards was on with our host Miley Cyrus, and she was criticized by one of the sponsors. One of the sponsors was called Truth, and their point of view is actually to warn
Lie
kids
to
about
you.
smoking cigarettes.
Truth wants to
But
lie.
at any rate, they took exception to the amount of marijuana references that Miley had made.
Smiley.
Smiley, yeah.
Smiley.
And she did make a lot, actually. She did, and it was very open about it. Her and Snoop pretended to share a a pot brownie, and she yelled out to her peeps to fucking all say marijuana when she was taking their picture, and smoking joints backstage openly and stuff like this, right? So,
And she got in a fight with Nick.
Again, not a live feed. Huge delay. Told what
but
to
here's
say.
a really strange thing as I researched into it a little bit more. The another group came out in the press criticizing this as a bad image to children, blah, blah, blah. They're called the Parental Television Guidance Council. And they're the ones pretty much determining what should and shouldn't be out there for kids to see on TV.
Really?
By badgering the FCC, they are overwhelmingly, the most people who complain and call in with complaints, this fucking parental guidance group. Complaining about Miley Cyrus on the MTV Video Awards. On the advisory boards of this group is who? Billy Ray Cyrus. Her dad is on the advisory board of this parental television guidance group, complaining about what she did on
This kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's been wagging his finger at her for a
No,
long
it's
time.
like, what can we do to boost my daughter's bad girl image and influence another generation of people?
Hit with a good cop, bad cop.
Insane.
The orchestration
Like
of the
the
planet
way
is becoming
the
more and
world's
more
blowing me
apparent.
away.
It's fucked. It's fucked.
Let alone my Jeopardy predictions.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Hey, I saw something kind of interesting on the news that relates to cannabis in that.
Cannabis.
Well, it could relate to cannabis. Picture cannabis in space. And what would happen to cannabis in space? Well, apparently it would probably be a little different than cannabis on Earth because they put whiskey into space. And they tracked whiskey and aged it in space and down on Earth. And the terpenes were the deciding factor in how it changed. And it did change. It had a different flavor and such. But it doesn't age as well in the oak barrels or whatever they do. But it was they mentioned terpenes, and I bring this up because Kirk too saw on Facebook posted this story and said, whiskey. Well, I wonder what would happen with space weed. Yeah. Like terpenes are pretty valuable, and a lot of people are talking about that nowadays.
Yeah.
They're talking about the terps, and like it's just becoming trendy. But do you want to explain to our viewers, in case they don't know briefly, what is a terpenes? The smells, the flavor?
Terpenes are smells and flavors.
They're not quite that big.
They're tiny, tiny, tiny little
What
things.
are they inside the
Tiny
trichomes?
smells.
Mixed in with the THC and everything else?
Yeah, they're a big part, I believe, of what's inside the head of the cannabinol or the trichome. Like it's mostly made up of terpenes, which also tend to carry the stickiness of it all.
Yeah.
They carry the aromas, which are technically designed to scare bugs away.
It's funny,
Ooh,
we
it's
just
not as-
tested some Congolese the other day, and Congolese came out high in beta-caryophyllene, which is it's a great anti-inflammatory. It's present in like cinnamon and
Are people
peppers and stuff.
smoking terpenes, or are they consuming it like oils and edibles?
Oh no, you're smoking them. We're smoking terpenes right now.
Would it have an
They're in that
impact
joint.
if you ate it? Like you just mentioned
Really?
anti-inflammatoble properties. Is it
It's
something
Yeah,
people
I'm
very
sure,
special substance. I
it's
gotta
very
tell you, we've
precious.
had that the little jars of it, little liquid of it, and I'll tell you when
I'll
you
bring
get it
a,
on
I'll
your
bring a
skin,
vial next
Smells
week.
delicious.
makes my mouth water now even talking about it. There's something very, I could feel it course through my body, and it's
Yeah, well, they
a
work
little bit.
as drug potentiators, and what that is they increase the effect of the substance that they're mixing them with. And it's not just cannabis. Like terpenes work with opiates. They work with all sorts of things.
And you can find them in
as
other fruits and
potentiators.
vegetables.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're quite a
they're
natural
available all through nature.
Then is that what
Um,
therapy is? That's what essential oils are? Are essential
Yeah,
oils
oh, for sure,
basically
for sure.
terpenes? And
Absolutely.
so cannabis is now the essential oil of
Well, that's
you
one
know.
of the one of the
Terp-
arguments I've had with cannabis consumption for like a long time, at least 10 years, and that it works like aromatherapy. So if we're looking at different strains, and we're trying to give advice on what it's going to do to people, we got to look at the terpenic profiles and look at what nature dictates for those terpenes, because they're very, like aromatherapy, it's tried and true for centuries and centuries and centuries. We know that the smell of lavender has this effect on people, and it makes them kind of relaxed a little bit. And
So in ancient rituals where they kind of burned cannabis or vaporized it in a tent, they were also in an aromatherapy bath.
Oh yeah.
for sure,
that's awesome.
And a lot of times it wasn't just cannabis they were using; they were pairing it with like
business idea, hold
coriander
on.
and all sorts of things, right?
Cannabis spas,
so
like
frankincense
massages, and using that properly, and
Emery.
steam baths.
You
could do a
take
lot.
fresh cedar and
Emery.
coriander and mix that with fresh sheaths of cannabis, and then put that on your coals, and it's supposed to produce this really, really aromatic, intoxicating steam.
Cannabath house.
Cypress
Oh.
cypress cedar, coriander, and cannabis, but fresh cannabis.
Yeah.
Thanks for the knowledge.
It. I don't know. I've smoked pure terpenes. You don't get a buzz off them. You get something.
You get something for sure.
It's quite
more
different.
of an like an elation,
Yeah.
kind of like that honey. No, that
But,
honey gave us a buzz.
But I've put some under my tongue too. That was interesting. You got even more elation. And the elation wouldn't go away for 4 hours. So so I
Better
called
call
the
it-
doctor.
Well,
You're elated for more than
then
4
wait,
hours.
so
Contact a physician.
terpenes are not the same as rosin. I mean, it's in
No.
the. But like, how are people extracting terpenes? Is this something entirely new? Is it cannabis?
Distillation. It's very old. You basically take your cannabis and at controlled temperatures boil it, and and then you capture your condensed steam with the terpenes in there, and then there's a method for removing the terpenes from the what the hell is the word I'm looking for? Having a blank here. It'll come back to me. A couple more sips of this. From the hydrosol. There we go.
So I want to announce the title of today's show here at the end. See if there was a thread.
Oh.
No. Today's show title was Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol. I dare you.
Oh.
That's how I want marijuana legalized in my world for me. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
It does not reflect the opinion of other people
I
who are
totally
wrong.
agree.
No, I think marijuana should be available like any drunk has their rights to get their booze, right? I want it in bars. I want to be able to have off sales. I want it in stores. I want it in corner stores and grocery stores like they're putting booze out there.
Is beer at the coffee shop?
It's a sensible
There's
model.
beer at the
It
coffee
still
shop.
allows for mom and
Yeah.
pop.
I want to be able to
breweries.
make my own marijuana, and I want to be able to
Yeah, if
share
you gotta
that
pay
with
a
my
bit,
friends.
you know what? A little bit of tax is better than losing property and lawyer fees.
No, we'll get to tax in a minute. No. All right. I want to be able to advertise my product. I want to be able to easily access a license to be able to sell it to other adults. Right? I want to be able to advertise it like alcohol is allowed to be advertised in magazines, on TV, on the radio, every fucking place, on the side of a bus, on the side of everything. Right? Right? I want to be able to sponsor pro sports teams. Right? And I want to be totally in the public. Right? And I don't want any tax beyond sales tax put on this. You justify one fucking penny as to why you need a tax placed on marijuana, and I'll let you have it. It has not cost you 1 cent as a result of its use. Anywhere.
I, for one, am still willing to pay some tax.
People are
Just
willing
saying.
to pay. People are willing to pay some tax, But like I said here at the beginning of this statement, some people are wrong. Right? Are too willing to pay tax when it's not and should not be necessary.
I think what should be, if there's no tax imposed, there should be a social kickback.
No, there should not be a social kickback.
There should be.
No, I don't believe.
There should be. No, I understand that, but I think that if let's say we're all making multi-millions a year, and we're living high on the hog, and we're laughing. We don't have to play by the same rules that everybody else is selling recreational intoxicants. I firmly think that on a playing field that's kind of unfair. Sure. And above and beyond.
So why a tax
if
just
we
because
are making shitloads of cash, I think that community centers, kids sports teams, kids music programs, all of this shit doesn't get funding from the government, and I firmly think that cannabis could fund all that. No, I know, but they won't. They're gonna put it into. They're gonna find another drug to hit the streets, and then they're gonna put it into funding a prohibition against that. No,
I don't believe marijuana should pay for their fucking stupid mistakes.
It doesn't work on a social level, but what it does do for we got to look at industry, right? And these guys are just greedy fucking industrialists, the prohibitionists, right? Look at them as big oil or big tobacco and that's what prohibition is. They've given themselves a model that they can make billions and billions of dollars of free money of funding. They get kickback, right, from like international banks that kick down to countries that have to.
Well, I don't know what this has to do with putting a tax
on
my marijuana.
They've proven themselves a huge model. So when we take that away, we have to do something with all of this money that is going to gain public approval.
The sale of alcohol.
Otherwise, we'll just get demonized like coke dealers and everybody else. And that's just.
Well, here, don't talk to him. The sale of alcohol. The sale of alcohol does not, and the taxes received from it do not cover the devastation that it wreaks on our country.
No, it
so
doesn't.
Why the fuck should marijuana pay for something else? Right? Why don't you raise the tax on booze?
Because it
Why don't
can.
you no, because they.
If it's able to invoke change and make and get rid of poverty and make social standards higher than anywhere else, I think we should. That's just my opinion.
The government should stop going to war.
I mean,
yes.
if I was making hundreds of millions, if I was,
do you know how much the war costs?
I'm talking about
20 billion. Nice to see you today.
Keep fighting. Fuck. I'm gonna talk to Rico about that.
Take you up and down on that.
I'm fucking like petrified of heights too.
I'm rebuilt too. Is that right?
Oh yeah, petrified of heights.
Yeah, I'm
petrified.
not down with it too much, you know.
I'll do it for the kids.
I've done stuff,
All right.
but I never liked it.
All right. Well,
Bungee jump,
that's all we got.
parachute jump.
There's more, but I left it in my other pants.
Oh no.
Hey, yeah.
But that was a lot of fun today.
What's going on?
Glad everybody tuned in.
We're
Yeah.
done.
It's got to be 5:08. Yes.
Yeah.
5:08 now.
Okay, so.
So I hope you had fun. I did. Hope you learned something. I did.
Yeah, fuck
Hope
Harper.
you heard something. See you guys.
See ya.
Fuck off,
And,
Harper.
Fuck off, Harper.
Fucking
yeah, I
asshole.
think that's the bottom line here.
6 weeks
Fuck
and
off,
like
Harper.
5 days or something.
Can't wait. Can't wait till he fucking burns. But at any rate, do keep the faith. Vote Liberal if you can to make a difference and towards legalization. The rest of the shit we can argue about all day, right?
Oh yeah.
That's all politics. It's just about marijuana in this election in that respect. So if you can vote Liberal to get that done, do it. If you can vote NDP to get the fucking rid of Harper anyway, do that. But Tom Mulcair scares me.
Fuck off, Harper.
Anyone.
Fucking
don't
asshole.
vote for Harper. Whatever you do.
Tom, is that you at the door? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the way he does this to me all the time. Right?
Yeah, guys like that, I don't know.
We're having fun. But anyway, thanks to Jeremiah for being here today, and Jody, too.
Thanks for having me.
Took off.
Jody went to get snacks.
She split.
Jeremiah helped head it up.
Munchies.
Just about all set up when I showed up today. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I didn't
And,
expect to be here.
I was early for once instead of late.
Thanks to Rose and Al for showing up,
Hey.
as always.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Fine friends to do this every week for free. We do it for free,
There's no
folks.
fucking kickback here.
Nothing. So, if you want to send some money, the address is...
Hey.
yeah.
Or some weed or
Sure.
hash.
If you're wondering what to do with some of that tax money, just kick it back to some
there
of the
you
people.
go. Colorado.
People.
Gonna-
Oh.
You guys got too much tax
Kick
money in
back to your
Colorado.
le-
Just
local
send it
legal
back.
funds. How about that, right? Like, wow.
Mail it to Marc for all the seed stock that he got to you,
You
years
know,
ago.
or the guys
him
that
a
are
cut.
fighting for you people in your dispensaries and all that. You know, they could use a little kickback in
So
their legal
you
fund. You know,
Run to Colorado
they're
for
looking for a
your...
place to put it.
Can you
Your
can you
medium
imagine how
grade.
much better legal aid lawyers would be if they were funded by cannabis money? Think about stuff like when you're closing the door on volunteering cannabis profits for the better of humanity. Think about stuff like that.
Al has tremendous points.
That.
And we're going to leave you with that.
Okay.
Fuck Harper.
Fuck
We'll leave
off,
you with
Harper.
that.
Fuck off, Harper.
Fuck
You
off,
fucking
Harper.
asshole.
Steven, if you're listening, fuck off.
Bet you you're not even nice.
Oh, he's not.
Like I mean, off
Look at
camera, you're
him.
probably not even like.
He's like a pouty face.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
you know, like, holy crap. He's this nasty.
I bet
looking.
you get ditched at carpool all the time.
yeah.
Harper's just waiting to get picked up. Nobody shows.
shows
It's
yet.
like, damn, again.
He's that guy, right?
So for some reason
Hey,
this
Steve,
morning,
Steve.
when they were trying to interview Rob Nicholson, the fuck,
What?
who's Foreign Affairs Minister, is that what he is? They wanted to interview him about the refugee scenario.
Oh my God! Just fired.
Blocked by Stephen Harper's security goons. Blocked from being interviewed.
Oh yeah, if I showed
This
up
is-
where Harper was with this shirt, I'd get dragged away.
This is a sitting
Yeah.
minister, responsible for that portfolio, is bound and fucking duty to be asked questions about a very important
He's been ordered
story.
not to say anything.
And he blocked by Stephen Harper's goons. So, and a big goon too, boy. He was fucking some ops, this kid. Oh no. Harper's
Anybody
got
they
the
don't like.
biggest security detail of the three of them put together. He went out and hired
Ex-psyops.
Yeah.
They all get a
This
certain
huge
number,
guy.
but he got
Psychic
more
soldiers
guys,
of the
right?
future.
Dressed in
Because
black.
he's afraid.
Men in black.
Anyway, but hope your days ahead are fun and stony like ours are all. And thanks to Ann and Pete 2.0 for being here, and
Horns up.
all you folks in the chat, and everybody who watched the show. Apparently, there was 32,000 people watched last week's show. So
fucking
I
awesome.
suspect you watch it earlier. There's going to be lineups.
Yep.
So
You don't want to be sitting on the internet waiting
Yeah.
in line. It sucks.
So that's all I got. I'm
What if it starts to
Marijuana
rain?
Man. This is from under the Influence and Seed Desk. Peace and pot. See you next week.